And it was sold to an American called Robert McCulloch. Robert took London Bridge to the USA and rebuilt it, and it now stands across Lake Havasu in the states of Arizona. Over to the left you can see a pirate ship, the replica of Sir Francis Drake's boat, and it is called the Golden Hind. Now this, as I said, a replica, has been around the world twice, taking the same routes that Drake took. The building next to it that says Pickford's Wharf in the roof. Now you will see the word wharf on mostly every single building, and it simply means a warehouse at river front.
Go with me, let's go.
To the left, a white circular building, a brownie greeny factory of London in 1666. If it rains, you will get wet, as just like the original theatre, there is also no roof on the centre. It stands 365 feet tall, 1 foot for every day of the year. The second largest unsupported cathedral dome anywhere in the world. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren. The sense of the station. The station itself is on top of the bridge, making it the largest station that crosses an open body of water anywhere in the world. It's the very first railway bridge. Dutch. Now when it arrived in London, it turned up in 22 different pieces. What we've done is we built it in sections, laying on barges on the water, lifted it up to its current location, where it's remained ever since. We then added 32 capsules or pods. Famous clock tower. Everybody calls it Big Ben, and everybody is wrong. The actual name is the Elizabeth Tower. Ben chimes inside. Now Parliament, the actual building, is made from sandstone. It's got over 1,100 rooms that make up technically what is known as the Palace of Westminster. Of course it is home to the British government. Now what we're going to do very shortly, we are going to manoeuvre the boats for Westminster Pier. Now as we get close to the pier, just find a seat and remain, ruin your day. The final thing is a quick mention about the guide, the commentary that's been provided. As we said, we're not tour guides or commentators, we are the crew on board the boats. We're employed to do what we do best, which is get you around London safely. We pick up the microphone into a pre-recorded audio machine. Now if you have learnt anything and would like to show your appreciation, you can do so as you leave the boats. On the exit gates you will see a silver bucket, the old captain's tip buckets. If you've learned anything, as I said, that's what the bucket is for. Anything that goes inside it is voluntary on your behalf, the same as the commentaries, voluntary on us. If you're wondering what happens to the money, it doesn't go to waste. All the money we get, we put ours into here. If you could just stay seated, it would be greatly appreciated. Once you are safe to disembark, you'll be told by a crewman.
Wow. Are you guys enjoying your view? This is Westminster Parliament. Lu aja.
4 hours a day. Victorian flood warning. If the water reached up to the lion's mouths, the authorities would alert the buildings in fear the tide would come over the wall. A simple rhyme to remember this went: if the lion's heads are drinking, then London is sinking. Ahead of us, it is Waterloo Bridge, known in London as the Ladies' Bridge. Called the Ladies' Bridge because it was heavily damaged during World War II. Rebuilt out of a 90% female workforce. Now, credit to our girls, it is the longest bridge in London. Mile city of London itself. It stands there over 3,500 years old. All needles were made in pairs. The remains of her sister in Central Park, New York City. Basically encouraged them to wave back. And for some strange reason, at this bridge, people find it funny to throw things at boats. We wave to keep their hands busy. Now you can tell where they're from if they wave back to you. If they look happy to see you, they're on holiday. If they ignore you, like he is, he's from London. So don't take it.
This is inside the book. It's very represented.
A real test of their endurance. Competitors train for years knowing their whole community will be watching them win or lose.
Thomas Doggett founded Doggett's Coat and Badge in 1715. The race is open to freemen of the river part of London's skyline, but it's at least the fourth cathedral on this spot, and it was built because of one of the city's greatest disasters. At 2 in the morning on September 2nd, 1666, a bakery on Pudding Lane caught fire. The flames spread rapidly through the narrow streets. Scholar and statesman Samuel Pepys and his family took refuge in an alehouse across the river at Bangor, most of the old medieval city. King Charles II chose Sir Christopher Wren to rebuild St. Paul's Cathedral and other prominent buildings in London. Wren designed an impressive new Baroque cathedral. He also created a monument to the Great Fire, a pillar topped with a gilded flame. It stands near where the fire broke out, a reminder of the catastrophe that changed the face of London. Shakespeare's Globe on the South Bank is a replica of the theatre where William Shakespeare's company performed. It's a round Tudor-style building with white plaster walls and wooden beams.
The builders needed a special permit to install an authentic thatched roof made of dried sedge and
That's left to the imagination.
Puritans condemned going to the theatre, particularly because people left work to attend plays in the afternoon. Bridge, a name that dates back to World War II. Waterloo Bridge needed to be rebuilt just as Britain entered the war. While the men were away, industries at home were left short-handed. British women stepped in to fill the gap, doing manufacturing and construction jobs that had once been men's work. Naturally, as women, they picked the most expensive material available. Everyone loves that joke.
I'd like to point out that Portland stone was a very practical choice because it's self-cleaning.
Bridge, a name that dates back to World War II. Waterloo Bridge needed to be rebuilt just as Britain entered the war. While the men were away, industries at home were left short-handed. British women stepped in to fill the gap, doing manufacturing and construction jobs that had once been men's work. This was two imposing Gothic towers. The roadway lifts open when tall ships sail through. Since the bridge moves over water, Lloyd's of London insured it as a ship.
Just offshore near the South Bank is the HMS Belfast, a vast grey and blue British battleship that served in World War II and the Korean War. Today,
What's this? Soup. I'm falling. Yes.
One more for Mala.